Now this weekend it's the Mexican Grand Prix, and F1 has raced here for many years, including 30 years ago. We'll come back to that in a second. Now, a few days ago I posted a video around the Formula E version of Mexico, racing F1 cars there. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it on screen now. Link in the top right, go watch it. There was a particular moment in that race where it hit me. The final corner, the pedalada, also pointed out by the comments, was actually in its entirety, so a 180-degree corner. The current version, we only do a quarter, 90 degrees, and I think it's worth going back in time to the retro, vintage 90s version with the pedalada in its entirety and with camber, and it's all flat out. So let's get into it and let's race some cars old school style. This is going to be fun. Let's get into it. Smash the like button, guys. Let's try and smash over 2,000 likes. Subscribe for more videos like this. Also comment your thoughts and possible suggestions for future episodes down below as we get racing. So, off the line, sharpish, getting past 3, 4, 5 cars. We don't have DRS like the AI as we head into turn 1. I believe the layout is mostly similar. It's obviously had tweaks done to it. The changes are in the second part of the lap, but they're not super different to the current version. We basically just don't have the baseball stadium complex. That's basically it. So at the moment, you can see we have still, the first 3 corners, then turns 4, turns 5. Now we've got the double apex hairpin, and now is when the track just starts to deviate a little bit as we head into the S's, but they begin right away. Now, I don't know exactly where I'm going or what the line is through here, so I'm just going to follow the AI and their lead in this one. But I do think it's basically the same track. I think there might be one more S, but now we arrive at the pedalada. So no baseball stadium, just a flat out final corner. A little lift there just to be sure. I do have a low downforce setup on, and also my front left did get pretty hot, but you can see it's just a constant flat out moment where once you exit the S section, you're pretty much flat all the way down to turn 1, which is a good 30 seconds, 35 seconds flat out, just off the top of my head. So it's pretty insane. A much more simplified version of Mexico, but like I said, I think there's one more S, and then they've removed all of these 90-degree sharp corners, which you could argue maybe favors modern cars for racing more, but this is a better race circuit with just more traditional bends rather than corners. So yeah, that aside, hopefully we'll figure this out. We did have 10 laps, we've now got 8 laps after this to figure it out. I'm just struggling with understeer though. I've gone for a low downforce package thinking that flat out section is going to be important, so we have to kind of make it work. 1 minute 10.8 from Verstappen. To be fair, lap times aren't massively different to the current layout. I'm still getting some wash. I'd love to go flat through there at least once, but it's going to be difficult. We've got a lovely little slipstream here. We're going to use some overtake to try and have a look. On the brakes, we go through. We're just going to get that V-carb as well. Yuki Tsunoda, and move up into P12. Right then, awesome stuff. Also, the AI are really good around here. I believe I've got a mod on, which I'll leave link down below as always with the rest of the mods. But it makes them really excellent because they're actually, really well driven, really clean. And you've seen there's been no chaos at the race start. One of the better ones for me. So really just well-trained AI for this one. I've got them on 85. So just like in the Formula E video, I tried running max and it was impossible. So excellent AI for this track if you want to check it out. I actually really like this track. I really enjoy this layout configuration. Right, here we go again. Yeah, I'm definitely not flat. I feel like the AI might be, but I've gone for the low downforce trim, so that's going to hold me back a little bit. My objective is to maybe try and take it flat at least one lap in this video. Maybe I've got to try and get the line absolutely right, but we'll see. Up ahead, battling there. Alpine, who's that? Ocon versus Hulkenberg. We're going to try and set up a bit of an exit here. Using the overtake. There we go. Also going for the harder tyres because I'm expecting tyre wear at the end of the race and I want to be able to hang on through the S's. So P11, 1 off the point. Let's try and get Ocon, then it's after that Magnussen. And then we're getting to the big boys then, Mercedes in front of Magnussen. Oh, hold on to it, hold on to it. That's a big save. That's a big save. Got these old-fashioned retro vintage curbs, high curbs, which can definitely bite you. We're going to use overtake here to get the Haas right away. I think it's actually flat if I'm in clean air. When I'm in dirty air, it makes it really difficult. But when I'm in clean air, it's definitely possible. We're going to burn a lot of overtake here to try and basically make up ground, use it as our DRS. No brake marker board, so no idea where to brake for turn 1. This is all just a bit of a guessing game, really. Okay, there we go, we're back. So we can basically resume where we left off last lap with the mistake. I really like this. Now that I'm actually getting to drive in a bit of clean air in full flow, it's really, really fun, even with these monster cars, because they're just, you know, downforce freaks. Oh, that's the curb right there. Almost did it again. Almost did it again. I've got to try and remember to take a wider line through that. Right, come on then. Let's try and close in, hopefully set up an exit out of the Belladonna. So we'll go high and then bring her in low. It's all flat so far. And there we go. That was my first fully flat final corner. So success as we tick over half race distance. Come on, let's try and get stuck in here. Got a couple of 2 wides, so that's going to leave them vulnerable. There we go. Now overtake. Is that Lewis? Yes, it is. Struggling for pace as we go through. A little bit wide there onto the grass. Come on. It does make overtaking quite hard, this layout, I will admit, because you can't really overtake around these corners, so all we can do is just hope to follow. That's perfect right there. Didn't quite touch the curb, just kind of hugged it all the way around. That's exactly how you want to do it. Okay, here we might get a couple of overtakes. I'm winding it up. Get some overtake on. Ooh, come on. Come on then. Yep, yep. Lovely. Had to take a slight lift. It is very much like IndyCar, that last corner. If you get the line wrong, you can feel you're just going to wash up high, and there's no barrier here to save us. So, yeah, we're going straight off onto the grass and probably into the grandstand. So, you've definitely got to be careful with what line you take in the last corner, because that will definitely punish you. Anyway, 3 laps to go after when we cross the line, so 3.5 as it stands. And we're currently 8th, so we're rattling through this. Let's try and get Magnussen, then it's Carlos Sainz after that. Again, we'll go for the same move as last lap, so we'll just basically stay close through here. Try and set this up all the way through. One day I'll hit the apex through there. Here we go, overtake. We're going to get Magnussen, but we're going to slot in behind Carlos Sainz. Definitely some dirty air understeer there. Very much like IndyCar. But now, here we go, using overtake. We don't have DRS, but we've got overtake, so we can use that, whereas the AI have DRS but don't have overtake. Through we go. Into P6 then. Right. Lando Norris next up. Verstappen's 13 seconds up the road. I don't think we're going to win. We can see Russell, so P4 is possible. P3 is a bit further ahead, so maybe a podium could be the target here. I want to try and get these hooked up once, proper. That was actually pretty good. That was my best S's so far of the race. And we're going to get past Norris here. Come on then, let's keep it pinned. Taking a high entry. And then getting down low. That's the way to do it. Purple, 1 minute 10.4. Actually, very similar times to the current layout. And, you know, we're not doing that baseball stadium. So it goes to show the S's are a lot slower. Right. Come on then, let's get George. P4. Right there. A little bit wide there, a little bit aggressive. Trying to push now to really get the most out of this track and this layout. That was a really good second part of the S's. Got a really good run out of there. You can tell by the purple mini sectors. Right, come on then. Verstappen's on the last lap. He's going to win. You could just see Piastri there. Can we get a podium? We'll try and get a slingshot. Purple sector 3. We passed George. Let's keep the overtake on a bit longer here. It is the last lap. Let's try and get Oscar and nab a podium on the last lap. You can feel the understeer when you're following behind, but here we go. Using the overtake. Verstappen wins. We'll take an early apex so that Piastri doesn't got the inside. And there we go. Vintage Mexico in the books. Wow, what a fun track. And there we go, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that. It was actually way better than I expected. I wasn't really familiar with Mexico, you know, the retro version. I remember when it was confirmed it was coming back onto the calendar in 2015. And even back then, I didn't really have much of a knowledge of the previous Mexican GP. And racing it today, wow, amazing. What a difference. I mean, that last corner, oh my God, I'd love if they could bring it back. You know, that would be so cool. Somehow, you know, if they could just maintain the current track, because I think it provides good racing with the 90-degree corners. But then somehow just find a way, man, to bring back that last pedalada in its entirety. Flat out, you know, just find a way. Maybe somehow they can, you know, I know the baseball stadium is the big attraction, but come on, man. You got to bring that last corner back. That's criminal. So I really think they've got to figure something out. Maybe out of the last of the S's in real life, if the track were to, let's say, rather than go straight out of the S's, kind of veer to the left about 40 degrees and basically go in a straight line to kind of open up the track and then reconnect to the old final corner and then go all the way around. That could be a possibility. Either way, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. Down below, you're going to have the mods for the track, the AI, the car, visuals, HUD. It's all there. Like the video, as I said before, 2,000 likes would be epic. subscribe for more. As always, a massive shout out to my members for supporting all the content that I make on the channel. And also guys, check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already for more content, including the previous video around the Formula E version of this track. Yeah guys, I'll see you soon. Take care.